Bay is a group, a body of water that is connected to other three big bodies of water. Well, this is one of the channels that connected with the next one, and they have 97 square miles in size. And again, it's the home of so many protected species here in the island. And it's very important. Important not only because of the ecological value and geological value, and because of the nature, but also because of the history it has. It was in these waters where most of the battles during those 400 years took place, and it was in this bay that during the Second World War, the United States constructed the most advanced aeronaval base of the U.S. Armed Forces. It was not the biggest one, even though it's big, but it was the most modern and complete. There were all kinds of squadrons here, submarine squadrons, amphibious squadrons, all kinds of squadrons that are the U.S. Armed Forces. So it's very important. It's also very important because it has what was our first airport, international airport, here to your left. You can see the tower over there. And a lot of history has happened there. It's still in use. But in June 2, 1937, there was a lady. There was a lady that came in a plane, and she was a trailblazer in aviation. Anyone? Amelia Earhart. This is the place where she landed, June 2, 1937. And some historians say this was the first stop, because this was the first stop outside continental USA when she departed from Miami. Some others say it was the second one, and some others say it was the third one, the first stop. So anyway, it was one of the first stops that Amelia Earhart did in her last journey, trying to go around the world. Tragically, her plane disappeared in the Pacific Ocean. And the San Juan Bay Marina, it's our oldest marina, and it's capable of servicing small boats and super yachts, as the one that we have to our right. Gigia, hi Gigia. Gigia is my friend. Another one, the Triumph. This one belongs to a couple by the name, but the last name of the couple is Dawson. Could it be that they are relatives from the Dawsons of the Titanic? Yeah. Chris, his name is Chris Dawson, and the other one I can't remember. We've had really big ones. If you compare this kind of boat to the other ones we've had, I mean, they look small. Jeff Bezos have had part of his fleet here. Nancy Walton, the owner of the, one of the owners of Walmart, also working something else. And I can tell you that the San Juan port is a private port. It was privatized like a year ago. And there's a lot of plans Yeah, because if not, they're going to lose it. And they put it back when the hurricane season ends. It begins in June, the hurricane season, and ends in November. So we don't see any wheels during those months. The Capitol building, again, you can see the shape. It's very similar to the shape of the Capitol building that we have in Washington, and that was not a coincidence. One of the big challenges that the United States had when they took over Puerto Rico was the Americanization of the people of Puerto Rico, and a lot of things had to be done and were done in order to begin that process, and this was one of them. There was a contest in order to choose the shape of the building, and this one, residential buildings there. Look at those condominiums. What a view they have. If you're gonna buy, that would be an option. With a waterfront park called Bahia Urbana, Urban Bay. It's a waterfront park. You can go there and walk around. There is a helicopter landing site. It's from there that the heli tour takes off. The IRS building. Hold me, please. You can see it doesn't have any windows. Behind the IRS building, we have, you can see part of the San Cristóbal fortress, the largest fortress ever built by Spain in the New World. 1633. Again, by hand. It took 150 years to complete the fortress. But it is called a castle, not a fortress. Well, we see a fortress. We don't see a castle. And the reason for that is that every building that was constructed under the direct instructions of the king had to be named a castle, because it marked the limits of the empire, the Spanish Empire. You can take as many pictures as you want. If you want to stand down, no problem. Captain Gabriel has given us the okay to do it, so you can take beautiful pictures of your ship. Maybe your room. Yeah, your room is right there. You can see in front of us. Well, we can see several things, but you have a better look of the fortress, St. Christopher Fortress. This fortress had 3 levels. Not too many, but in addition to that, it had a tunnel system so sophisticated that they were built in a way that the enemy would think that they were already inside the castle when they were taking them. But it was not that way. There was another soldier on the other side of the tunnel, here in the steps. When they had the exact location of the enemy, they would explode that section of the tunnel. So no enemy troop ever was able to go inside the castle. And let me see if you were paying attention. Yeah, what's that boat? Yeah, she has an idea. It's a school boat. What year it was built? 1927. Good, you're a good rating student. As you can see, it's, I would say that they don't have a very good time. It's tough. It's not like being in your ship. It's a tough thing. They have to go to that experience in order to develop their skills. One of the beautiful things, only one of the beautiful things that San Juan port has is that immediately when you disembark, you have the city right there. You don't get to a place full of cranes or warehouses or anything like that. You can begin exploring the oldest city under U.S. flag. Good. 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 I don't hear my echo. Sometimes I hear it. What time is your ship, baby? 8. Number 8 is following us. Here you are, number 8. Now you leave at 8. Yeah, wait for them, please. You can see the size of the bay now. All of these, what the aeronaval bay I was talking about. You can see the cranes because that's the commercial side. And if you look to your left, you are going to see a mountain there. Oh, we have a nice look, a nice view now. That's El Yunque Tropical Rainforest. El Yunque Tropical Rainforest is the only tropical rainforest in the U.S. forest system. I repeat, in the U.S. forest system. Because there's another tropical rainforest in Hawaii, but it's not part of the U.S. forest system. But this is the smallest of the 174 forests of the system. And it is the one with the highest amount of biodiversity, the highest amount of life. Even adding all the biodiversity of all other 173, they don't add up to the amount of biodiversity that El Yunque tropical rainforest has. And that's a reason, there's a reason for that. Very simple. Water. The rainforest, it gets more than 240 inches of rain every year. That's 100 billion gallons of water. 20% of Puerto Rico gets the water from the Yunque. It's a place where taxonomy was born, the science that studies the forest. It's the second oldest forest in the Americas also. The Yellowstone one was the first one. 3 years later, El Yunque forest was declared natural reserve. And here, my friends, we have a special harbor here. This is the real number 1. This was the place where Juan Ponce de Leon arrived in 1508, right there. And actually, it was the first, it was here where the first cruise ship that was constructed as a cruise ship, not as an ocean liner. So there's a difference between ocean liner and a cruise ship. You are in a cruise ship. Vacationing, fun. Ocean liner is for transportation. But it was here that the ship by the name Princess Victoria Louis was a German cruise ship. It was here in 1901. And the building that you see here, well, we talk about it. I didn't mention about it when we were there. Well, that's the first building that was constructed by the United States here in Puerto Rico, 1914, the beige one. And our first skyscraper, the gray one, our biggest bank. And we already, now we can see the facade of the U.S. Customs House. Look at that, and the eagle and the, saw the eagle? Who saw the eagle? Was on top of the flag. And in 1898, that was set for Spain. And this building that we have here used to be the place where the ships were served, Spanish army ships were in maintenance. And it was the last place where the Spanish flag flew in the New World. That building there, the old arsenal. That grain. esa luz allá. No me había fijado, no lo había visto. Look at that crane over there. A lot of crane, but no building. You can see part of Cataño. Cataño is the town we were talking about when we were at the Princesa. The smallest town of Puerto Rico. The big building that you see in front of us right now is a city hall. The city hall is almost bigger than the town.
by the bishops, by the governors, by all the important people that were visiting the island.
gate that they used. And this was the main one because it was close to the fortaleza, close to the house of the governor, and close to the other fort that was built in 1539. And it was also in front of the San Juan Cathedral. It's right there. You can see the upper level of the cathedral. It has 3 levels. The second oldest cathedral in the Americas, 1540. And the first one in the Americas to have a bishop sitting in the chair. The chair, the name of the chair is Catedral. And the building is called Cathedral because of that chair. Okay, that's and it was, right there. When they would arrive from those voyages, 2 or 3 months long, and under the Congress attacks, they had to run to the church and give thanks to God that they had arrived alive. That's the reason why the church is right there. And that building on the top of the hill, the one that has a little tower on top, it's a house that was constructed in 1521. And it was constructed for one Ponce de Leon. That's one Ponce de Leon house. But remember I told you one Ponce de Leon didn't want it to come here. Well, he just asked permission to continue exploring, and that's when he discovered Florida. He got injured in Florida with a poison arrow by the Calusa Indians, and he died in Cuba. So he didn't live there. But his family lived there for 250 years. So, yeah, that was build you a house so you don't lose everything that you have on the other side. And that was a house that was built for so yeah, the family was there. You go inside and you smell like Ponce de Leon. Sentry boxes in every embracer that you see there was a cannon all over. There were cannons and cannons and cannons all around the city. There were cannons on this side and also on the other side. There's another, not much smaller fortress. Maybe you can spot it from here. On that corner, you can see the sentry box, San Juan de la Cruz. That one was built in 1606 in order to create crossfire with El Morro, which is the other one that was built in 1539 to protect the entrance of the bay. And this one was working. So they would create crossfire from one side to the other and not allowing the enemy ship to come in. And if that was not enough, there was a chain from that side of the bay to this side of the bay. And you know what they would do when the enemy ship was coming? They would pull the chain in order to block the entrance. And if that was not enough, they would sink their own ship right there in order to block the entrance. And here we have El Morro, San Felipe del Morro, Saint Philip of El Morro. Morro is the word for a hill right in front of the sea. That's what Morro means. And let me tell you, this is the place from where the first U.S. cannon shot of the First World War was shot. They were trying to get a German submarine that was trying to escape. That's documented in history, and I can't remember the name of the submarine, but it was that way. Because those fortresses in 1898, when the United States took over all the fortifications belonged to the United States from that point on. And this one had 6 levels, different from the other one, from the largest one, that had 3 levels. And each level would take care of one section of the enemy ships. The lower level will take care of the lower level of the ships and so forth. And that's the way that they would destroy every ship. 1539, and you know, This one took a little over 150 years to complete, and again, by hand, my friends, my sailors.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.